Ladies and gentlemen, the last 24 hours for Call of Duty have been a very wild one. And as you've seen from the title, today we're going to be talking about something huge. And it continues on a conversation I started on the channel yesterday about Battle Royale potentially coming to Modern Warfare. And now it looks like a completely separate Call of Duty game is launching very soon in 2020. And it's a separate Call of Duty game from the main Call of Duty 2020 game, with some rumors suggesting it's going to be a free-to-play game. And this is not a feeling I get too often, but I am feeling incredibly hyped by what I'm about to tell you, because this could be one of the biggest moves Call of Duty has ever done, and this could be one of the greatest things ever. Like I said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'll throw up some gameplay from the new DLC as well, all captured by my beautiful Elgato capture card. And if you guys are looking for a capture card to record your own gameplay, then I've got a link in the description. So what is going on? Well, if you watched my video yesterday, you'll know full well, but if you haven't, a quick recap is essentially Infinity Ward are teasing a Battle Royale mode coming to Modern Warfare. We'll dive a little bit more into those specifics in a moment, but essentially the Season 2 cinematic trailer gave us so many subtle hints, as well as the main menu now having a classified mode option, which is huge. And then late last night on the Modern Warfare subreddit, a user leaked an image of key art for this Battle Royale, as well as the name of the mode, which by the looks of it is going to be called Call of Duty Warzone. Now, the artwork that was leaked has since been removed from Reddit because the user deleted their account, but it was quickly shared all over social media, and I even shared it on my Twitter. Now, what is mad is that I woke up this morning and my tweet was actually copyright striked. Now, I've never ever gotten a copyright strike on a tweet before, but Activision removed my tweet. So to me, this artwork is indeed genuine, and Call of Duty Warzone is a real thing. Now, since I got striked on Twitter, I unfortunately can't show you the image in this video. I've got a similar recreation on screen now, and as part of the video's thumbnail, but the key art was directly tied to Modern Warfare, as it has the same ghost operator from Season 2 featured in the artwork, who stood on the top of a tank with some other soldiers behind him in the Tavorsk district. The key art looks so legit, and if I got copyright striked along with some other people on Twitter, this has to be real. And this image took your boy quite a while to make. I hope you guys really do appreciate it. This is very similar to what the image looked like, but we just replaced Ghost with Captain Price. If you appreciate your boy's artistic skills, then be sure to let me know in the comments, and be sure to keep watching because there is a lot more to learn from here. Now, the name alone is exciting because it's not Modern Warfare Warzone, but Call of Duty Warzone, like as its own sub-series of the main Call of Duty series, which is why so many people are suggesting that this is going to be free to play. The artwork looks like this game belongs right within Modern Warfare, which makes sense that this new mode is indeed a Warzone mode, where Warzone is the free-to-play model part of the game, and if you want to play the rest, then you've got to buy Modern Warfare. That's just an assumption on how this is going to work, but this correlates exactly to what Activision was saying in their investor calls last week. Call of Duty Mobile has the biggest player base of any Call of Duty game ever because it's free to play and reaches so many markets, and they obviously want to tap into that free to play market, and they did expect a growth in player base for Call of Duty this year because of mobile and other unannounced Call of Duty initiatives, and this has to be one of those initiatives. Now, if there was any doubt still that this classified mode wasn't called Warzone, earlier today players are glitching into this classified menu, which is taking them into a mode called Warzone. This image was shared by Charlie Intel, posted on Reddit by a red werewolf, that showed him and his friends glitched in the menu, where you can see it's called Warzone. There's a locked option where there is a training mode, and if you scroll to weapons, there is an option called Edit Drop Kits, which sounds like a bit of a reconstruction of Creator Class, but drop kits? What on earth could that be related to? That sounds completely like a Battle Royale. There's no other mode where you would have to customize a drop kit, because where else would you drop into the map if it wasn't a Battle Royale mode? Perhaps for the drop kits, there's going to be stuff you can change like smoke trails and parachutes, just like you could in Blackout. Now, what's even more interesting about this Call of Duty Warzone is the fact that Vonderhaar posted on Twitter a little while ago that Blackout's name that he wanted to call it was Warzone. So it sounds sounds like they've taken the name of what Blackout was supposed to be and have created it into a standalone Call of Duty game, which in my opinion is exactly what this franchise needs. With Blackout, they could have easily made it free to play, and they did have free to play weekends where you could play the Blackout mode, you could sample a little bit of multiplayer and a little bit of zombies, and I reckon if Blackout was a separate entity from Black Ops 4, just like this Warzone mode looks like it's going to be, then it could have had a lot of success. Clearly Activision have seen the free-to-play route work so well with Call of Duty Mobile, and it looks like this is what's going to happen alongside Call of Duty 2020. And it's interesting as well that during the investor calls, they described this year's big Call of Duty release as a premium title, meaning you have to pay money for it. And normally every year Call of Duties have always had a cost to it. They've never been free. So with the fact that there's an emphasis on a premium option with Call of Duty this year, sounds like there's definitely room for some free Call of Duty to drop, which I think every fan has been waiting for years and years and years. We've seen Call of Duty Online and how popular that is, and we're now getting something that could potentially be free to play and just completely cause a ruckus in the gaming community. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments section on this, and if this excites you, then definitely feel free to leave a like. So now looking back at the intro cutscene for Season 2, teasing the Battle Royale mode where we see people jumping into the map, we see that gas cloud closing in. This is all based on the Spec Ops map where we play on different portions of the map in each of the massive operations. We can see we can play on the airport based on the cutscene and the fact that other parts of the Spec Ops missions are all part of this huge map. We can start to look at what areas we can play on in this alleged Warzone mode. I've mentioned it quite a few times, and for those that play Spec Ops, it's very obvious to you that some of the main Spec Ops areas are involved in this cinematic. What is insane is if you play a custom game on the new Atlas Superstore map and go out of the map, that Superstore is actually part of the entire Spec Ops Verdansk map, which is what we're assuming is going to be the entire Battle Royale map, because you can zoom out and see the entire Verdansk map. And these out of bounds areas are so detailed that these are not here just for show. And the fact that they've recreated pretty much every big location from Spec Ops outside of this map. Like you can see some iconic things such as the stadium from Operation Headhunter. You can also see the entire airport mission from Operation Crosswind. And it is indeed the exact identical map that you see in that intro cinematic for Season 2. So this is what we assume to be the entire Battle Royale map just sprawled along outside Atlas Superstore. Now, one of the most exciting things that I discovered when flying around outside the map is that this was recreated from Modern Warfare 2. Now, I don't think I even need to describe what this is, but if you aren't quite catching what this is indeed the Gulag, which is straight from the Modern Warfare 2 campaign where we meet Captain Price for the first time since the ending of the original Modern Warfare. Now, it is super low res outside Atlas Superstore, but if you look out the map on Vacant, you can also see the Gulag, which looks a lot more detailed and just like the Modern Warfare 2 version. Obviously in the game already we have Gulag Showers as a gunfight map, and potentially we could see that as part of the Gulag as an area in Battle Royale. And there are other throwback locations as well, such as a section from the Boneyard Ground War map, which we originally saw in Spec Ops on launch day as like a mini version of Scrapyard. It was one-to-one identical to the Modern Warfare 2 version. And the swimming pool, that's iconic, part of the one-shot, one-kill mission from the original Modern Warfare campaign, is playable inside of Spec Ops, and you also can see it when you're flying around outside on Atlas Superstore. This is the entirety of the map seen when you go outside of the map and zoom up for a very long time, but this is a gigantic map and looks perfectly suited for a Battle Royale experience. There is no way on earth that they went through the trouble of creating this entire map with everything stitched in together like this if it wasn't going to be used for Battle Royale. And it is almost a given, seeing as we see pretty much half of this during the intro cinematic for Season 2. And in case you still wanted a little bit more proof, then Calanine has recreated the shot from the Season 2 cutscene outside the map from Atlas Superstore. And as you can see, it is one-to-one. You can see the airport there, you can see the superstore, you can even see the gulag out in the distance there, and the stadium. If you want to see his post for a lot more detail on some other areas he believes are part of the Warzone map, I'll leave a link in the video's description. But man, oh man, Call of Duty Warzone, potentially a free-to-play game, if not a new Call of Duty game nonetheless, coming pretty soon by the looks of it to our faces. I guess with everything that you've seen in this video and the evidence that has been leaking all over the internet, it's only a matter of time before we hear some official news about this mode. So if you want to be kept in the know, be sure to subscribe to the channel with the bell ticked, and if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to drop a like. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.